Hey everyone, how's it going? Pixels here and welcome to my first ever TCM build video, and today we're going to be looking at Sonny. So Sonny is the survivor I've been putting a lot of time in since the game launched. Compared to any other survivor in the game, it's took me a long time to get him a level 3 on his ability. The XP grind is absolutely insane on this game, and just to try and design a really fun build around the character, because you really don't know what direction to go with him. Obviously with Leland you want to go more aggressive direction, Anna you want to go more tanky and that sort of thing, but with Sonny it's a little bit different, you know, like what is his strength there. So it's very difficult to kind of make a really good build that you'll have fun with him. But I have finally figured one out that I really enjoy using. I've been getting quite a lot of success with it as well, so I'll probably be running this build for the foreseeable future in any ways, unless, you know, some balance changes happen later on down the line. But it is highly beneficial for the character, and you'll see why once we go through the skill tree. So I'm just going to full screen the skill tree here. We're going to take the left path. So what I found, if you go through this top path here, is actually that you actually get less attribute points, and you end up with more perks that, you know, will be sort of useless, because you only really want to have, like, to focus on 3 perks here. So yeah, I found if you go through this top track, you really get a lot less attribute points to work with within your character. The right path is okay. There's not a lot of great perks. What you will do is you'll be taking the left path here. Now you may have to respec a couple of times in order to get one of the perks here, because it is a random perk drop. But honestly, it is totally worth that you do it. So we're going to go for Pick on Me, obviously. It's a really good perk. I actually have it in this build as well. So you should be using that just for, you know, having the, you know, if you don't have the communication there with your team. You know, a lot of people tend to like to play solo queue, or they don't like to play on comms a lot, which is totally understandable. This just gives you that kind of little bit of information to share with your teammates to understand that, oh, you know, I'm low and locking this door. So you get the attribute points, you know, Sneaky Pete. We come up here, you get Agitator as well, which is a great perk. Obviously, I haven't used it yet, but it'll be really good for Sonny, because I feel like Sonny is well designed to kind of go up from the basement, get them sneak attacks on the family members and Grandpa, and it works. Will work great if you do get this leveled up. I have been playing Sonny a little bit more frequently, where I go more aggressive towards the family house, or like the main building, and attacking Grandpa. I think it works great for Sonny, honestly, and he has the ability to get away, and you'll see why. So we have a few more attribute points. You know, you're going to go for Backstabber up here. Okay, so then we're going to come up here, and this is the random perk right here. This is Choose Flight. You really need this on Sonny. He doesn't have a lot of toughness, so you will tend to get killed relatively fast. So I chose Choose Flight just because, you know, depleting the stamina bar, you completely, like, instantly refills it and has 2 charge. It's such a strong perk in the game to get away from, you know, family members. However, combined with Sonny, it works great, especially you have his ability at level 3, because you can literally wall hack and avoid the family members really well with this. So I highly recommend that you get this perk. I'm currently leveling it up. However, even with just the 2 charges I have right now, it feels more than enough, and I can't wait to get this at level 3. It's going to be really insane. Obviously, just go for all the attribute points there. You're going to come over here, you're going to get the Efficient Locksmith, you're going to get the extra attribute point as well. And, you know, it's pretty linear from here. You're going to go up there. You're going to get Lone Survivor. You're going to get Stunt Double. Stunt Double I messed around with a little bit. Not that great on Sonny, I'll be honest. I found that, you know, just attacking Grandpa, it was easier to kind of just run off and back into the basement rather than just jumping down into a well. It does have its use. However, it's a very situational perk, and I don't really recommend that you run it on this build, at least. And then you're just going to come up here, then you're going to go to the left track to get Radar Detector. So this is a bit of an iffy perk. It works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully it gets patched where it always works. I've actually had bugs where I've been able to see Hitchhiker throughout the entire game just highlighted because of this perk. You know, the Grandpa Sonar ability literally shows all family members for 5 seconds, and it's got 7 charges. However, this happened once where I could see Hitchhiker throughout the entire game, regardless of the Grandpa Sonar ability going off. So it's kind of all over the place, this perk right now. However, I find it very, very clutch when it does work. So yes, it might be like a 50-50 chance perk. I still recommend you throw it on. It might just be a bug on Xbox in particular why it's not working, or maybe it's a connection issue. I really don't know. However, when it has been working for me, it has been insanely clutch combined with Choose Flight there. So great perks to go for. Okay, so obviously just going over the perks again, we've got pick on me just to highlight the unlocked door, or like the door that you're working on while you're using an unlock tool, so your survivors or your teammates know exactly where you are, which is very nice. The radar detector, one I've just explained there, it is a bit iffy. However, once it gets patched, it's going to be a really, really strong perk, and I highly recommend that you at least try and level this up, even if it isn't working for you. It does work on the odd occasion. It might just be a bug on Xbox, like I said, but definitely throw this in your build and get this leveled up on Sonny as soon as possible, because you're just making him this wall hacking type of survivor where you can just always avoid the family members, and it helps greatly. And if you can't avoid the family members, well, when you do get spotted, you've got choose flight there, where you'll get a lot of stamina and you'll be able to just run away very, very nicely. And of course, he's got a lot of endurance already stacked on this character as default, so it works out great with choose flight. So then we're going to look at his heightened sensibility. So the way I go for this is I like to have the ability drain reduction twice, so we get a 50% consumption rate, so it drains a lot slower while we use this. And then combined with lets the player identify if a noise was made by another victim or family member. This is extremely clutch. You can find your team members so much better. You can like literally see where the family members are through walls. This is why he's a really good and strong survivor, just having this kind of built-in wall hack once you get it leveled up. I tried quicker recharge rate, increased range. It's not worth it, honestly. You're mainly going to be triggering this, once you get out of the basement, and you're trying to determine if there's any family members near you. And that's why it's so good, because it's safe to kind of progress forward to do whatever objective you want to do. And last but not least, we're going to go through the attribute points real quick. So you should have roughly around 29 points going through the left track. So I put proficiency up to 39, and I put stealth up to 30. I felt like this was probably the perfect, I've adjusted these up and down like this, trying to balance them out a little bit so they both have like 35, 34. However, I felt that proficiency was much more needed, especially, doing the whole valve repair and then doing the car battery disabling. I thought it worked a lot better, having higher proficiency there to get those types of objectives done a lot faster. And especially for, playing Sonny, I like to go for the fuse box quite a lot as well. So just being able to open the fuse box a lot faster as well with the unlock tool works out great. And it combines well with the perk as well, where my team members can see if I've unlocked the fuse box. And if they're paying attention to that, they'll probably realize, oh, someone's about to do the fuse. I better run off into the basement, maybe try and get the basement exit there. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you enjoy this Sonny build. I do apologize that I haven't been streaming. I've got really bad internet issues right now. But I am trying to post out videos at least, so you do have some content there. But I really hope you enjoy this build and test it out. I know a lot of people probably be struggling to use a build on Sonny because he's just that difficult to try and get, what direction you want to take the character in. But building him for wall hacks and obviously like kind of avoiding killers, and then just, during chases, being able to avoid killers a lot easier is the way I went with this guy. And then just being able to do some, lock picking a lot faster as well, and mainly playing for like fuse boxes and valves and stuff. He works great for it, honestly. And you'll enjoy using him, especially if you get the choose flight perk. Like I said, you will have to respec a few times to get that because it is a random perk. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that sub button if you are new to the channel for more TCM content and more ASIM game content. I do a lot on this channel. Like I said, I do try and stream 4 days a week as well when my internet is getting back up and running properly. Hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you guys think of the build as well. And I have been Pixels, you my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.